Hello, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs, your guide to the spiritual awakening process. And today we're doing a video continuing our Heart Week all about blocks to love. So really looking at what is it that shows up that stops us from connecting to love, from giving and accepting real love, and what you can do to move past those. So I'm really excited to share that with you today and hear your comments as well. Just a reminder that our new monthly meditation, the Heart Radiance Meditation, is available only until Friday. It will expand your heart's natural field of radiance. It will break through barriers like we're talking about today, and it will open your heart to real love. So really powerful heart healing meditation. And also our all new second instalment of the Sacred Site series. Unbelievable blast doing this Sacred Site series. It's now available. It's called the Castle Swing Past Life Meditation, and it is specifically created to help you to heal past life suffering, balance your masculine and feminine energies, and raise your soul's vibration. So moving from the 3D into the 5D, and it's all recorded from a candlelit room in a tiny little turret of the castle. It's absolutely incredible, and you can also have a sneak peek around the castle for free if you want to have a look. I'll put the links to all of those in the comments box, and you can check them out and see if they are a fit for you. So let's get on with the video. So let's talk about love first. Feeling deeply connected to universal unconditional love is one of awakening's greatest gifts. It really is. And there are a lot of accounts of enlightened gurus who have experienced a level of unconditional love and connectedness that we might not even be able to comprehend yet, that is, until we've uprooted all of our blocks to love. That's what the awakening process is really about. And awakening begins a process of uncovering and acknowledging all of the walls that we've created in order to keep love out. And it's way more common than you would think. So don't beat yourself up if you're reading these. It's really common and it's a natural part of the awakening process. But let's talk simply first. What is love? Let's see if we can encapsulate what love is. Well, the dictionary lists it as an intense feeling of deep affection, but I don't think that really cuts it. It's a very mundane description. And every soul, no matter who they are, deep down in their core just wants to be loved. And it's such a powerful force that at times its absence feels like it will threaten our survival. You hear all these awful stories of elderly people who lost their partner and died of a broken heart. It really does threaten our survival. There's such a deep need for it. We become obsessed with it. We can spend most of our lives searching for it, and maybe never finding exactly what we're looking for, but we're willing to absolutely give our lives over to it. So if we all desire that and require love, why is it then that we shield ourselves from it and resist it in so many ways? And the stranger thing than that is the fact that we might be blocking it without even consciously realising it. That's something that I see very often. So the question is, why do we actually block ourselves from love? And you might not even identify that you're doing that until we go into some of these other details later in the video. So the truth is that we block ourselves from love because we've been hurt. And we're attempting consciously or unconsciously to protect ourselves against ever being hurt ever again. And love becomes the enemy and the reason for our pain, the cause of our raw vulnerability, and we just push it away, we cast it out, and we numb ourselves to it sometimes, quite often without any real awareness that we're even doing that. We're not aware that that's what we're doing. And the thing is, from that place you might actually find the most wonderful, compatible, joyful love in the world, but if you're full of barriers and protection mechanisms, you won't be able to allow yourself to be loved. And in a desperate attempt to protect yourself, you might even be completely unaware that you'll project onto it, you'll sabotage it, you'll run from it, and these programs can play out in a myriad of ways. And like I said, we might not even notice, but pain and vulnerability can cause our psyche to construct all sorts of behaviours and techniques to ensure that we're never ever going to be hurt again. And quite often it's entirely without our awareness or knowledge. But awakening can transform our hearts. The real transformative power resulting from awakening is awareness. And in bringing awareness into our hearts and observing non-judgmentally the walls that exist there, we can actually free ourselves of that. All the self-imposed neglect, all the shackles and the ways that we've held ourselves back, not only in accepting real love in our hearts, but becoming able to actually emanate that higher vibration from our heart chakras naturally, so that you can uplift, you can heal, and you can comfort the wounded hearts around you, which, by the way, is what we're here to do as light workers. It's a natural state of being for us, and we need to stop fighting it. We need to stop fighting it if we want to attain it. We need to become aware of these barriers within ourselves, but it's not easy. And quite often there are blocks in our systems that shut love out and keep us trapped inside. They completely cut us off. So let's look at our blocks to love and see what might be getting in the way. So first, number one is past hurt and the fear that it's going to reoccur. Our earliest relationships are with our parents, and any emotional distress or hurt that we experienced as a child is going to stay with us. That's understandable, and it urges us to avoid any possible situation where it might repeat again, where the damage could happen again. And further than that, things like severed friendships and broken-hearted relationships in our adult life that have inflicted hurt or pain will be handled by your system in pretty much the same way. It'll say avoid, avoid, avoid at all costs. So that my tip here is that we need to learn to listen to that alarm bell. We still need to acknowledge it, but see past our fears that these experiences will happen again, and reassure the broken part of ourselves which is desperately seeking to avoid the harm. Watch out for feelings and thoughts that say things like, he's just like my father, or she's just like my mother. These are often indicators that we're projecting our previous pain onto our loved ones or onto other people, and that only kind of warps our viewpoint, and it can actively create the patterns that we're really desperately trying to avoid. So watch out for that. The second block would be past life, brokenheartedness or betrayal. So quite a lot of spiritual people like us can remember our past life traumas. We can actually remember them on some level, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. It might just be a kind of awareness that we've got, and that can create a massive problem. Our past life love relationships have quite often been epic, and might have ended in tragedy. Quite often they've ended in tragedy, and sometimes the loss of a loved one in death or some form of tragic circumstance is so unbelievably painful that we decide we never want to love ever again. And the problem with this is that the pain caused by that event is carried by the soul, and it becomes like an energetic repellent. It energetically forces love away, and it's really just all about the fears that we're going to lose our greatest love, or the thing and the person that we love most of all over again, and that we'll never get over it. And that's understandable, because we obviously never did truly get over it if we're still sensing it in a lifetime later. So my tip for this is, in order to move forward, you don't have to consciously recall the past life that we're talking about, although you might. But a little bit like a widow needs grief counselling, the spirit needs healing and resolution on the soul level to overcome this and release the fears of the past and of that experience. And we have some powerful energy healing resources for that, which of course I'll go into at the end of the article if that's something that you'd like to do. Another one is oaths and vows. This one comes up all the time. Oaths and vows are the most commonly overlooked block to moving forward in any sphere of your life. And quite often I see these vows that are made during a particularly painful relationship breakup. In a moment of distress, we say something like, I'll never fall in love again, or I'll never trust anyone ever again. And these vows really pack an energetic punch. They make such a statement that they imprint on the soul, and they literally change your point of attraction, actively blocking you from ever being in a loving relationship ever again. So it's serious stuff. My tip here would be that cancelling old oaths and vows really requires an experienced energy healer who understands what they're doing and who's capable of working on all 4 levels of the soul. you can visit an energy healer experienced in that area, or I can do the energy healing for you in some of the resources that I'm going to list a little bit later on as well. That's a little bit more tricky, working with oaths and vows. So now we've got the next block, negative beliefs. These are created in childhood, although they can stem from past lives. Quite often with spiritual awakening, we carry beliefs from lifetime to lifetime, and they're always negative, and they stay with us until we heal and transcend them. And we made decisions about the world and ourselves based on how we perceived our experiences. So we came to assumptions like, I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy, I don't deserve love, or everyone leaves me. Negative beliefs like that. And unfortunately, despite the fact that they quite often really feel that they're true, our perceptions can be wrong, and often they're in line with the age or mindset that we were in when the experience occurred. So in a sense, every time we repeat those beliefs and those statements to ourselves, we're allowing past versions of ourselves who are at their most isolated and most hurt and damaged to dictate our mindset, our decisions and our behaviours. And it commonly triggers the associated emotions as well, things like sadness and anger, etc. So my tip here with negative beliefs is that they are instantly created, but really challenging to wrestle free from. What you need to do is question. You need to question them all the time, so that you can release them as part of the awakening process, so that you can really liberate your mind from those cell bars, because it really is a prison sentence, and it changes the way that you view absolutely everything. So commit to bringing more awareness into the way that you're talking to yourself, the way that you speak to yourself in your mind, and the content of what it is that you're actually saying to yourself and reaffirming all the time. So aim to catch yourself before these statements are actually said, or if it's already too late, what you can do, a little tip that I've got, is just say aloud, I send this up for transmutation and healing, or I cancel this and send it up for healing. If you at least say a statement like that, you'll become a little bit more aware, but ideally you want to get into the place where you catch them before they're even said. That's the most powerful point you can be in. Okay, the next one is a lack of self-love. So as light workers or spiritually minded people like us, we're quite quick to lend someone an understanding ear or compassion, kindness, but we absolutely neglect ourselves, and we are quite punitive and judgmental towards ourselves often. And this lack of self-care and harshness towards ourselves when we're giving all this love and kindness out to everybody else only serves to create a real imbalance in the heart space. And it's impossible for us to really emanate that loving energy that we want to share with everyone around us when we are restricting and depriving ourselves, when we're completely out of balance. And this is a really tough lesson on the ascension pathway, and a lot of us fail to reach the heights that we'd like to get to simply because we don't extend ourselves the same courtesy that we just so naturally give and kindly give to everyone else. How many enlightened gurus have you admired throughout history who beam unconditional love and light to everyone around them and then emotionally berate or neglect themselves behind the scenes? Would you trust in someone like that? Would you follow a spiritual leader who behaved that way? I'm sure that you wouldn't, because I wouldn't either, and it's usually a big sign that something is really off balance in your system and requiring healing. So my tip with that is, instead of treating yourself that way, what I want you to do is to speak to yourself in the way that you would a child. And it can take a little bit of discomfort to get used to doing that with yourself, but you want to comfort yourself the way you would comfort a friend in need. Even that might be more comfortable. Nurture yourself like a loving parent would, and that's really only when you can really start to fully radiate that divine love and light from your heart that your heart so desperately wants to express, and help those around you, and make yourself feel happy and fulfilled in the process. Fill that up first, and it will extend out to others. That's really the plan for moving forward. So I'm interested to know if you guys have recognised any of these blocks to love within yourself. Please tell me in the comments if you have. I'm really interested to hear your experiences, and that's what I love about this community. Everybody's so willing to share their experiences and support each other. So thank you for your support of everyone else in the community as well. It's fantastic. So Let's talk about how you can heal that now. Well, energy healing really is the key to heart healing. It's not always about endlessly chasing love, which will be an elusive thing anyway if your point of attraction is full of shielding and resistance anyway. That won't work. But it's about being ready for love. It's about being open to love. It's about being willing to accept that love into your heart with a certainty that you actually deserve it. You need to be in that vibration. And in order to do that, we need to dissolve some of those limiting blocks. But how do we do that? Well, like I said, energy healing really is the key to unblocking the heart and accepting true love, particularly for those of us going through an awakening, because not only is channeling divine love and light a really important part of our purpose, but most of our hang-ups about love have actually been created in past lives and their timelines. So no amount of talk therapy or counselling is really going to be able to heal those wounds in the way that we actually require when we're going through the awakening process. We need to take a different approach. In order to heal the heart, we need to do two key things. We need past life healing to resolve the traumas that are blocking love out, and then we need energy activations to awaken the heart chakra and reactivate its energetic core. So it's not that your heart chakra has shut off or that it's not working, it's about revitalizing it, giving it a little boost of energy to kind of resuscitate it energetically in a sense. And those two aspects, the past life healing to resolve the traumas and energy activations to awaken the heart chakra, are the key to really moving forward in that open-hearted energy for spiritual people like us. So how can you heal yourself? You can, of course, visit an experienced energy healer. You want to make sure that it's someone who really understands this topic and that they're well practiced in it. Be sure that they're addressing both of those aspects listed above so that you're getting a really fully comprehensive healing. That's important. Or alternatively, you can check out some of our resources below that specifically address the issues that we've covered in this article. So if you want some help with that, I'll tell you about them now. So the first one we've got is our second instalment of the brand new advanced level energy healing meditations. It's the Sacred Site series. It's been absolutely incredible. I've had such a blast. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am. And it is channeled directly from a mysterious historic Scottish castle in the Highlands, and it is available until Friday. It will help you heal your past life suffering, balance your masculine and feminine energies, and raise your soul's vibration. You can even have a free sneak peek inside the castle, which I would urge you to do. Even if it's not a fit for you, the meditation, just have a look because it's so beautiful and so incredible. I would just love to share it with you. So that meditation is going to help you to connect to the powerful and potent historic energies of the ancient Castle Sween in the stunning Scottish Highlands from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to travel to Scotland. You're going to receive advanced level energy healing channeled directly from that ancient power point to help you clear the suffering of your past lives. So we're talking about themes like conflict, war, trauma and harsh environments. It's going to heal your root chakra survival issues that still cause fear in your present life. It's going to heal and balance your masculine and feminine energies. It's going to uplift your soul's vibration from the 3D, which is the earthly kind of struggle and suffering, to the 5D lightness, which is harmony, healing, and really just being in a good, healthy vibration. And as a bonus, what we're doing is we're sending that healing and that 5D vibrational template through all of your ancestors throughout time and all of your past lives too, so that we're really changing that point of attraction within your energy field. We have to do a little bit more and work on all the levels of the soul to ensure that that's really complete. So it's an advanced level energy healing session channeled directly from a little candlelit room in the castle in the beautiful Scottish Highlands. It's a bit like a cross between high vibrational energy healing and a relaxing meditation, and it's a pre-recorded video full of advanced level healing, energy activations, clearing and adjustments, and it's a calm and relaxing meditation that is completed in just over 30 minutes. So it's really comprehensive healing, and it's only available till Friday. We've also got the Heart Radiance meditation, so that's all about expanding your heart's field of radiance, breaking through the barriers and opening your heart to real love. and it's going to help you to release the blocks that are stopping you from either accepting or giving real love. It's going to resolve betrayals from this life or even past lives if that's where they originate, that caused you originally to close your heart space. It's going to heal painful emotions from the past relationships like grief and loss. It's going to cancel old vows, like I said, to never love again, never trust again. It will clear those out the way, and it's going to put protection in place. It's going to help you to be guided by your heart's natural wisdom, and it's going to, of course, expand your heart's energy field to radiate love, kindness and compassion wherever you go. Really beautiful meditation and a powerful heart healing. So like I say, available until Friday. I will put links in the comments below and you can have a little look, but please share with me your blocks to love, and share with the community, because I know everyone loves to get involved and I love to see when everyone interacts and supports each other. It's really lovely, so thank you for that, and have a great day.